So we're originally from Adelaide and we moved up to Sydney because of my work, and Paul followed me and we got engaged up there. It was really awesome, you know. We thought, you know, we were young, carefree, we had our whole lives together. I already had a little girl, Taylor, and yeah, so Paul followed me up, and then we went down to Melbourne because I got another promotion, and Paul found work in security industries. I remember us going out in Chapel Street one night, and he'd had just half a glass of, not even, like just a nip of scotch, and we were walking up Chapel Street going to another, you know, bar or something. And he started to act really, really drunk, and that's really unusual for him because he wasn't a big drinker anyway. And I remember getting quite mad at him and telling him off for being stupid. You know, I said, get it together, Paul. You've only had like one little nip of drink. And then, you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but that was probably one of our first little signs of MS. I remember another time, even before we left Adelaide, we were going for a walk and he just tripped up, literally over his own feet, and I just thought he was being clumsy. I guess I thought he was a bit clumsy after the little things that had happened. And then, yes, you know, he got what they diagnosed as drop foot. And then one day he came home from work early because he was struggling particularly bad that day. And by the time he was home, he had what I would call an episode, I guess, and it took his whole, I think it was his left side the first time, and it was almost like a stroke. And we got him to the hospital, and it was scary. They thought he had a brain tumour or a stroke, and it was while we were there in that hospital that first time that they came out and they said, oh, we've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is, the good news is he doesn't have, he doesn't have a stroke and he doesn't have a brain tumour, but he has MS. And I was like, I just thought readathon, that's my immediate thing, but the strangest thing happened. I just saw Paul, he was laying in the bed, and it was just like his whole body just melted into the bed. It was just, I don't know what he was thinking. I was just like, I was relieved but confused and scared, but thinking readathon, so maybe not so bad. And then but seeing him, he just went white and he just melted. That's the best way I could describe it. And that was kind of the beginning, I suppose.